Imagine a world brought to its knees again, not by a known enemy, but by something far more insidious. Are we truly ready for what's next? The clock is ticking, and the scientific community is raising alarms about the pathogens we haven't even met yet. This video will expose the stark reality of our preparedness, or lack thereof, for the inevitable next global health crisis. Imagine this: a bustling city, people laughing and children playing in parks, flights taking off every few minutes. Life feels normal. But beneath the surface of this everyday calm, something unseen begins to stir. A pathogen, silent, microscopic, and unstoppable, is already making its first leap from animals to humans. No one notices, not yet. But in a matter of weeks, the world will never be the same. The truth is, history has already warned us. From the Black Death of the 14th century that wiped out nearly half of Europe, to the Spanish flu of 1918 that infected 1/3 of the planet, pandemics have shaped human civilization in ways we often forget. And then, in 2019, came the warning shot that changed everything. COVID-19, a virus that crossed borders faster than any army, brought global economies to their knees and claimed millions of lives. We told ourselves it was a once-in-a-century event. We promised to learn, to prepare, to never let it happen again. But here's the terrifying question: did we actually prepare? Or are we just as vulnerable today as we were then? Maybe even more so. Let's face the facts. The world today is more connected than ever. Over 100,000 flights crisscross the globe each day, carrying millions of passengers. Trade routes, migration patterns, and supply chains weave humanity into one vast network. This connectivity is a marvel, but it's also our greatest weakness. A deadly pathogen can now travel continents in mere hours. What starts as a single infection in a remote village can, within days, explode into a global crisis. And unlike wars, pandemics don't announce themselves with sirens or headlines. They arrive silently, spreading before we even know they exist. So, how prepared are we? The answer may shock you. Despite the lessons of COVID-19, despite the promises of better systems, the world remains critically unprepared for the next big outbreak. Here's why. First, global surveillance systems are fragmented. Many countries lack the infrastructure to detect outbreaks early. By the time cases are reported, the pathogen has already gone global. Second, medical supply chains remain fragile. During the last pandemic, hospitals ran out of masks, ventilators, and even basic medicines. If a new outbreak were to hit today, especially something deadlier than COVID-19, we would face the same shortages all over again. And then there's the most chilling part. The next pandemic might not come from a natural source. Experts warn that advances in biotechnology make it possible for engineered pathogens to escape labs or, worse, be used as weapons. Imagine a virus designed for maximum spread, maximum lethality, and no vaccine ready to fight it. Does that sound like science fiction? It's not. The technology already exists. The only question is, who controls it? But nature, too, is a ticking time bomb. Rising deforestation, climate change, and rapid urbanization are pushing humans closer to wildlife. That means more chances for viruses to jump species, just like SARS, MERS, Ebola, and COVID-19 did. Scientists estimate that over 1.7 million viruses exist in mammals and birds alone, and many have the potential to infect humans. We've only identified a fraction of them. The rest are out there, waiting for the right moment. So, what happens when, not if, the next pandemic strikes? Let's imagine the scenario. It starts quietly. A handful of unexplained illnesses in a rural town. Doctors suspect pneumonia, until patients start dying faster than expected. Within days, hospitals are overwhelmed. Local authorities downplay the threat to avoid panic, but social media lights up with rumors. Meanwhile, travelers unknowingly carry the pathogen across borders. By the time the first press conference happens, the outbreak is in 20 countries. Lockdowns return, stock markets crash, schools close. Supermarket shelves empty. Sound familiar? That's just the beginning. Now imagine this new virus has a fatality rate of 10%, like SARS or worse. The world would face a catastrophe beyond anything we've seen in modern history. Are we ready for that? The brutal truth? No. Vaccines take time to develop, months, even years. During COVID-19, it was record-breaking speed, yet millions died before the first shots were available. Antivirals limited, ICU beds scarce, and misinformation more contagious than the virus itself. The next pandemic won't just be a biological war. It'll be an information war. False cures, conspiracy theories, and panic will spread faster than facts. And in a world where trust in governments and institutions is already fragile, that could be deadly. But it's not all doom and gloom. There is hope, if we act now. Scientists are racing to develop universal vaccines that work against entire families of viruses. AI is helping track outbreaks in real time. Rapid diagnostic tools are being created to detect infections in minutes. But these solutions require funding, political will, and global cooperation. And right now, that cooperation is in short supply. Nations still hoard vaccines. Rich countries secure treatments first, leaving poorer nations behind. If we can't fix this imbalance, the next pandemic could divide the world even more than the last one. So, what can we do as individuals? Stay informed, support science, demand accountability from leaders, and most importantly, never fall for the illusion that the danger is gone. Because viruses don't care about borders, politics, or promises. They only care about survival. And in their survival, humanity pays the price. The clock is ticking. The question isn't if the next pandemic will come, it's when. And when it does, will we be ready? Or will history repeat itself? Only this time with consequences far worse than we can imagine. The choice is ours, but time is running out. If you want more eye-opening stories like this, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and let us know, do you believe the world is truly prepared for the next pandemic?